4. Case examples. Theory becomes most vivid when grounded in practice. Several prominent cases illustrate how adaptability and agility have been applied effectively. In global leadership contexts, 4.1 Satya Nadella at Microsoft. When Satya Nadella became CEO in 2014, Microsoft was struggling with a rigid culture and declining relevance in the digital marketplace. Nadella demonstrated adaptability by reframing Microsoft's mission toward cloud-first solutions and a culture of openness. His learning orientation was evident in his embrace of empathy and inclusivity. As central leadership principles, agility was displayed in the rapid scaling of Azure, which positioned Microsoft as a leader in cloud services. Nadella's leadership illustrates how cultural transformation and technological agility can revitalize a global corporation. 4.2 New Zealand's COVID-19 response under Jacinda Ardern. Jacinda Ardern's leadership during the pandemic combined adaptability and agility in notable ways. She adapted by integrating scientific expertise with empathetic public communication, acknowledging citizens' anxieties while reinforcing collective responsibility. Her agility was visible in the swift enactment of lockdowns and border controls, as well as rapid economic relief programs that softened the social impact of restrictions. The result was both public confidence and relatively successful. Pandemic management in the early stages. 4.3 Humanitarian agility, Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF. Global NGOs, such as MSF, operate in highly volatile conditions where crises emerge with little warning. MSF leaders rely on adaptability to tailor responses to cultural and political contexts, for example, negotiating access in conflict zones or adjusting health interventions to local beliefs. Agility is demonstrated by their ability to deploy medical teams within hours to disaster-affected areas, showcasing logistical precision and rapid mobilization. MSF's operational model demonstrates how adaptability and agility sustain humanitarian effectiveness in unpredictable environments. 5. Challenges in practicing adaptability and agility. While essential, adaptability and agility are not without risks and obstacles. Leaders must navigate these challenges to ensure that flexibility and responsiveness do not undermine organizational stability or credibility. 5.1 Risk of instability. Excessive shifts in direction can confuse stakeholders, disrupt organizational identity, and weaken trust. Employees and external partners may perceive frequent changes as evidence of poor leadership, rather than adaptive strength. To counter this, leaders must anchor change within a consistent vision or set of values, so that adaptability enhances, rather than destabilizes, identity. 5.2 Cultural resistance. Not all organizational or national cultures embrace flexibility. Some prize predictability, hierarchy, and long-term planning. In such contexts, efforts to promote adaptability and agility may encounter skepticism or outright resistance. Leaders must balance respect for cultural norms with the imperative to remain responsive. Effective navigation requires cultural intelligence and patient communication to explain the rationale for adaptive strategies. 5.3 Decision fatigue. Constant adaptation and rapid pivots can create exhaustion among leaders and teams. Decision fatigue reduces cognitive clarity, leading to reactive rather than strategic choices. Over time, this undermines both adaptability and agility, as individuals feel overwhelmed by change. Preventing burnout requires building resilient structures, delegating decision-making authority, and maintaining supportive organizational cultures. 6. Strategies to cultivate adaptability and agility. Recognizing both the value and challenges of adaptability and agility, global leaders can adopt deliberate strategies to cultivate these qualities in themselves and their organizations. 6.1 Continuous feedback systems. Establishing real-time communication channels with global teams ensures leaders are informed by diverse perspectives. Feedback loops enable rapid course corrections and foster a culture of participation. Digital platforms such as Slack or Teams, combined with transparent leadership practices, enhance responsiveness. 6.2 Scenario planning and simulations. Leaders can institutionalize adaptability by engaging in scenario planning. By imagining multiple possible futures, including best case, worst case, and surprise scenarios, leaders prepare organizations for a range of contingencies. Simulation exercises help teams practice agility by responding to hypothetical crises, building muscle memory for rapid decision-making under real conditions. 6.3. Building diverse leadership pipelines. Diversity in leadership is not merely a moral imperative, but a strategic asset. By including individuals from different cultural, disciplinary, and generational backgrounds, organizations broaden their capacity for adaptive thinking. Diversity also reduces blind spots, ensuring agile responses are informed by multiple perspectives. 6.4. Encouraging a culture of experimentation. Organizations that stigmatize failure inhibit adaptability. By contrast, leaders who encourage safe-to-fail experiments foster innovation. Such cultures reward creativity, normalize iteration, and strengthen organizational agility. For example, Google's 20% Time Initiative, which allowed employees to pursue side projects, generated innovations such as Gmail. 6.5. Leveraging digital tools and artificial intelligence. In the digital age, information flows faster than ever. Leaders can enhance agility by adopting data analytics, machine learning, and AI-driven decision support systems. These tools enable leaders to detect patterns, anticipate risks, and respond with precision. However, leaders must also remain adaptable by ensuring human judgment and ethical considerations balance technological efficiency. Conclusion. Competencies such as learning orientation, cultural flexibility, scenario thinking, emotional regulation, and iterative decision-making form the backbone of adaptability and agility in global leadership. Case studies from Microsoft, New Zealand, and MSF demonstrate how these competencies translate into tangible outcomes across corporate, governmental, and humanitarian domains. Yet challenges such as instability, cultural resistance, and decision fatigue highlight the importance of balance and intentional cultivation. Strategies including continuous feedback, scenario planning, diverse leadership development, experimentation, and digital integration provide pathways to embed adaptability and agility into organizational DNA. Ultimately, in a world characterized by uncertainty, global leaders who cultivate these qualities will not only ensure organizational resilience, but also inspire confidence, innovation, and trust across cultural and national boundaries.